Hey guys, Britt here. Welcome to End Times Bible Prophecy. Make sure to hit the subscribe, like, and share buttons. Well, they did this, and it is pure evil. But first, before we get into talking about what that is, a couple of notes. One, the first of which is not evil, and that is that today is Memorial Day. So here in the United States, we celebrate Memorial Day, and it is to honor the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military. So if you have a loved one who died while serving in the U.S. military and you would like to honor them, please feel free to use the comments below to do that. Let's remember our loved ones on this special day. Also, if you haven't been to brittgillette.substack.com recently, make sure to check out this article. You may have missed this. This came out this past Thursday. 6 potential triggers for the next global financial crisis, which is coming, guys. It is inevitable that this crisis is coming. The only unanswered questions are, what's the timing of that crisis? Does it start tomorrow? Has it already started and we don't know it yet? Is it 6 months away? We don't know, but it is inevitable. We go over many of those reasons and why the economic system globally is so fragile in this article. We talk about, and the other unknown is what are people going to point to as the trigger? Similar to the great financial crisis when people said, well, it was subprime loans. What are they going to point to this time? Guys, there's not just one thing wrong with the global economy. It is many things, but ultimately people will point to a trigger because they like to say, well, this is what caused it. So make sure to check out this article on brittgillette.substack.com if you haven't seen it already. Okay, so they have done this, and it is pure evil. Now, I debated whether I would even put this video on a certain big tech platform. Should I reserve it for Substack and these other platforms that celebrate free speech, or should I put it on a certain big tech platform that many of you are probably watching this on right now? Because, again, the topic of this is so evil and over the top. That language, those keywords are going to be in the video. Will the algorithm think that I'm glorifying or advocating for the evil in this video? Or will it see it for what I'm doing? Or have we passed the point where speaking out against the evil will be seen by the big tech platform as evil itself? How dare you say that this thing that we like is evil? I don't know, but ultimately I decided this needs to go out to as many people as possible, and if it means that I get a strike or get banned or demoted in the algorithm, whatever it may be, as a result of talking about this, so be it. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about this right here. This is from Zero Hedge from this past Thursday. It says, German parliament votes to decriminalize the possession of child pornography. It says, are you starting to see a pattern yet? First, there was the introduction of gender fluid and LGBT ideology into public schools. Then there were sexualized drag queen performances for children. Then leftist activists demanded that pedophiles be referred to as minor attracted persons because they can't help who they are attracted to. Then California passed a law reducing charges for adults engaged in sexual relations with minors. Now, the German parliament has forwarded a bill that makes possession and distribution of child pornography a misdemeanor instead of a felony, greatly diminishing possible penalties. And guys, this isn't just a bill that's been introduced. This has been voted into law. German officials claim the new law is meant to address inconsistencies in previous child pornography laws, which are sometimes applied to people who receive images or videos through email or social media without their permission. They also cited instances where 2 minors traded images and were charged with creation or possession of child pornography. Critics of the bill, who I would add are right, argue that the German government could have easily made legal adjustments for those specific exceptions to avoid innocent people being wrongly imprisoned. Instead, they're trying to institute sweeping changes that reclassify the crime and give greater legal protections to an array of child predators. The new law does not make exceptions for adult offenders. So guys, this is just plain evil. And it goes on to talk about what's being advocated for. It says the move has already been celebrated by a German pro-pedophile activist group known as K13. The activist group has been described as a self-help organization for, quote, pedosexuals. In a blog post written by its founder and dated May 17th, K13 laments that, quote, no politician in all factions apologized to the thousands upon thousands of those affected who fell victim to the 2021 law which made possession of child sexual abuse materials a felony. They shouldn't apologize. It says in 2019, the German Bundestag accepted a petition, didn't pass a law, but accepted a petition outlining children's rights, which was drafted by K13. The lobby group advocated for lowering the age of consent to 12 years old and legalizing child pornography. If this isn't pure evil, I don't know what is. And this is the world that we live in today, and it makes me think instantly of this verse from Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. It says, what sorrow for those who say that evil is good and good is evil, that dark is light and light is dark, that bitter is sweet and sweet is bitter. Again, this is pure evil, and there are people saying, it's good. And as I said just a few moments ago, there are certain big tech platforms, I'm not sure, would they see a video like this, which is calling this out for the evil that it is, will they say, well, no, you're evil. You're discriminating against these individuals. I can't believe you would condemn them. That's the world we're in, guys, right now. And it shouldn't surprise any of us to see these things happening. We see, all around the world, but particularly in Europe where we're seeing this, we've seen abortion, worldwide pushes for abortion. Let's murder babies. Let's murder the mentally ill. We went over that, I think, last month with not just the medical assistance in dying in Canada, but several European nations saying, well, if you're depressed, come to the doctor, and the doctor will recommend dying, right? You need to die. And what's really going on there is they're saying, do we really want to deal with these? It's very inconvenient when this person constantly comes into the office with symptoms and they're feeling down. I gave them a pill. They didn't go away. They're a bother. If I kill them off, well, then they won't come in and bother me anymore. And then from the administrative side, they're going, all these doctor visits by this person who's depressed, that's really costing the state a lot of money because, again, most of the nations pushing these policies have socialized medicine. So they're going, well, this is really costing the state quite a bit more money than relatively healthy people who don't go to see the doctor as much. if we convince them they should kill themselves, then look at all the money we'll save. So that's what all of this is. It's pure evil. So we're seeing that. We're seeing this. We're seeing rampant anti-Semitism all over the globe. Guys, we are seeing evil in our day and time. All the things the Bible said that we would see in the last days. Jesus said the time just before his coming would be as it was in the days of Noah and Lot. What were those days like? Well, go read in the Bible and you'll find that the thoughts of men were of continual evil, that violence filled the earth, sexual immorality filled Sodom and Gomorrah. We see all of those things here today, and what we just read about is pure evil on par with the worst of everything we saw in the days of Noah and Lot. And unfortunately, it's trending worse. Jesus says the tribulation period will be worse than any time in human history, so we should expect this to continue to get worse right up until the moment when Jesus returns at the end of the tribulation, at the second coming, to establish his kingdom. I don't know what else to say other than this is evil. We should be standing up against this with whatever time we have left here on earth. We should be pushing back against this. If you live in Germany, you should be knocking on the doors of all of these politicians, because as evil as this is, and as evil as the problem may be already in that country, legislation like this is a magnet for attracting these evil people. And they will come into Germany where they know they can get away with their criminal, evil behavior. And so it's going to make your problem worse. The predators are going to be pouring into Germany left and right. So if you're in Germany watching this, you especially need to be advocating against this, standing for righteousness in our day and time. Yes, we're commanded to watch for these things in the Bible, but that doesn't mean that's all we do. We just watch and let it all happen. Yes, we know that these evils are inevitable, that we live in a fallen world, but we need to be fighting the good fight and standing up in particular for those who don't have the ability to stand up and fight for themselves and advocate for themselves. What's more innocent than unborn babies, infants, children? We need to fight. So be fighting, be out, talking to your politicians, demanding answers for why this type of behavior is allowed and why this evil is allowed to persist. Again, as they mentioned in that article, are there exceptions to the rule, like certain cases where under the law, technically this falls under a certain charge, but is that really what happened? Is that, maybe not. Yes, but build exceptions into the law for those particular instances. Just don't open up and say, well, if we completely decriminalize it, then it's not a problem. It's like saying, well, we're not going to make murder a crime anymore. And then say, hey, look, murders went away. We don't have any convictions for murder this year, so murders must have gone away. No, they didn't go away. You just stopped prosecuting them, which made it worse. And the same thing is going to happen here. Guys, this is pure evil. It's a sign of our times. I am convinced of it. We take all the other signs that Jesus and the prophets said to look for. And what does Jesus tell us? He says, when you begin to see all these things, know that I'm near. I'm right at the door. Your salvation draws near. Guys, Jesus is coming back. I don't know when that is. Between now and that time, when the the rapture of the church happens and he comes back for the church needs to be standing up for justice and righteousness here in this world. So make sure that you're spending every moment of your time doing that right now. So again, let me know what you think in the comments. Leave your comments below. As we discussed before, today is Memorial Day in the United States. Regardless if you're in the United States or not, if you want to remember a loved one who died in active duty in the military, feel free to leave that memorial comment below in the comments. Let us know what you think, guys. But, I don't know about you. I am ready for the rapture of the church because this evil, it's beyond tiresome. We have to endure this day after day after day. But we'll do what we have to do. And do what Jesus told us to do and serve others as much as possible until the day he returns. So, again, hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons below. When you do that, more people see this, and people need to know about this. They need to know that this is happening. Assuming this video is even getting out there and hasn't been suppressed by the big tech companies. But let us know what you think. Hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. God willing, I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye. If you want to learn more about the end times and Bible prophecy, make sure to visit my Substack at brittgillette.substack.com. There you'll find my latest videos and articles, as well as notes, where I share the latest news headlines, the articles I'm reading, and the videos I'm watching. Subscribe for free, and each new post on Substack will be sent directly to your email. Just scroll to the bottom of the homepage and hit the subscribe button. As an added bonus, your first welcome email will include a link to a copy of my free ebook, 7 Signs of the End Times. Also, make sure to check out all of my books. Just look up Britt Gillette on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple iBooks, Google Books, Kobo, or anywhere books are sold. Thanks for watching today, and until next time, keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith.